lot of men are not used to female proximity. They're not used to it. You better understand that. Now I am not saying you are raped because you're dressed barely. No, even if you're dressed like a nun, they're being raped, all right? In the Western countries, let's say in United States, for example, no woman can go dressed like an evening dress to the office. Office dress is always business clothes. You cannot wear whatever you want and go. But in India, we neither know this nor that. We are going to the office like this, in close proximity with men, and we want to be looked at, but you don't want to be touched at.
I'm going to foray into another topic which is discussed broadly here, especially in the Telugu states, in the context of various social issues and crime. How girls dress. The onus of dressing right and being right is always on the girl, especially when events…
Because she's getting the attention. Nobody cares how the boy is dressed. But people are looking at how the girl is dressed because she's getting the attention.
So is it a package that because she gets the attention, she has to be…
Yeah, she has to dress well because she has to be pleasant to our eyes because we're looking at her. Isn't it? Isn't it important if a lot of people are coming to see this wall, the wall is well painted? Whatever is your idea of well, of course, but is it not true that whatever is being looked at by a lot of people, we try to do the best with it? So a girl should be dressed well. What is well? It may be debatable for different people, different things are well. Now when you dress, there are different ways to dress. See, as a human being, there are many aspects to us. There is a biology, there is a thought and intellect, there is emotion and there is consciousness. You can dress either to show your intellect, or you can dress just to enhance your biology, or you can dress in some other way which indicates something else. So it's your choice whether biology is the front end of your life or not. If biology is your front end, you will get that kind of attention. If your intelligence is your front end, you will get that kind of attention. So you must have the sense where, for whom, how you dress. Do you want your biology on the front end on the street? No. Maybe in front of your lover, your husband, you want your biology to be the front end, there you dress differently. With a public you dress differently. I think these are things that we've always known. It's not something new. Women have always known this. So the question is, what kind of attention do you want to get? Accordingly one should dress. It's their business what kind of attention they want to get. Not for me to tell them. I think I dress well. Nobody's paying me that kind of attention, but I dress well.
But Sadhguru, there's been a direct connection in the way society has responded to incidents and events, especially with girls, like crimes and attacks on women. So, no matter how the girl dresses, it's not proven that girls who dress in a certain way are actually going through these crimes.
I know this is a serious issue, this is a terrible issue to talk about, but is it okay if I tell you a joke?
Please.
No, I think it'll be taken wrongly. I have a joke about dress, but I will not go into it, simply because we do not want to address our problems in the society. We have problems in our society. Like every society has its problems, we have our problems. Our share of problems are more than our share of problems we have. This is one of the issues. So the fundamental thing is this is the first generation of women who've stepped out onto the street, into the workplace, into the factory floor. This is the first generation of women who've stepped out. This means a whole lot of men are not used to female proximity. They're not used to it. You better understand that. You are not in America, where they're used to female proximity for 2-3 generations. Here, this is the first generation, it's still struggling with it. And you must also understand, we have moved from a family structure where a girl would get married at 16, 17 and boy would get married 18, 19. So their sexuality, their hormonal urges were handled. Now you have not created any way to handle them, all right? Till they're 25, 27, they're going on unhandled. So this is a thing that society must debate. How are we going to handle this? Just putting it under the carpet and saying human sexuality doesn't exist, it's a stupid way to handle a society. We need to address this. We must have the courage to debate it. How is it that we're going to handle this? So because proximity is new for a whole lot of people,
Right.
they are struggling with it. They don't know how to handle these things. So even when I was in Bangalore, these girls were asking me, if you get into your bus, wherever, somebody is groping at you, somebody is doing some rubbish to you, this is unfortunate and uncivilized, all right? But you must understand that's where the society is. Either you evolve the society, you educate and evolve the society, or you simply scream and yell and complain, okay, let's hang them, let's castrate them. This is not the answer. Yes, enforcement is also needed when a crime happens, that's a different matter. Enforcement must become stronger in certain areas where this is taken for granted, because we have heard people, boys are boys. So if boys are just boys, enforcement is needed. Otherwise, education and evolution is needed. And this is a transition state in a society. Our society is in a transition from a traditional mode to what we think is modern, but it's just Western, okay? So there are struggles going on. We must address human problems as human problems, not just thinking everything is crime and punishment.
So,
It'll make me immensely unpopular. See, nobody has any business to pounce upon a man or a woman, because body is a private space. But there is a social reality. If we are ignorant of that, or if we want to ignore that and just do our own thing, unfortunately, there will be situations. Now, I am not saying you are raped because you are dressed badly. No, even if you are dressed like a nun, they're being raped, all right?
yes.
Even the nuns are being raped, so definitely it's not a dress issue. Head to toe, they're covered. So it's not only a dress issue, but you must understand proximity is new. And I'm seeing gradually as it's going, in the Western countries, let's say in United States, for example, no woman can go dressed like a evening dress to the office. Office dress is always business clothes. You cannot wear whatever you want and go. But in India, we neither know this nor that. We are going to the office like this, in close proximity with men, and we want to be looked at, but you don't want to be touched at. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I'm not trying to condone that. Nobody has any business to touch anybody when they're unwilling, all right? But I'm saying, when they're in close proximity, people should dress in a certain way that it doesn't disturb each other, isn't it? It's a social sense, it's not a man versus woman stuff. This is not a gender issue, this is a social sense. Even in most advanced countries where there is sexuality is simply accepted as an open thing, in spite of that, in corporate offices and government offices in United States, you can't dress whichever way you want and go, there is a norm. But in this country, everybody talks about freedom. So, we need to look at it. It's not to restrict a woman, but there must be a social conduciveness. Once again, men and women are not two different species. This is one species. If they don't learn how to understand and adjust each other's needs, so that we fit into the society well. If we do not understand, all we want is a fight with each other, this is going to be a bad society.
Sadhguru, one last bit on this topic. Can men be taught how to handle the proximity?
Well, it's a question of getting used to. If you have three sisters at home and you're growing up, you're used to female body parts around you and you know that's not the way it is. Right from your childhood, you understand. But you did not grow up like that, suddenly you go in a bus and somebody is close to you. You must understand, people are… their intelligence is hijacked by their hormones. In that condition, they will do terrible things. They don't even understand what they're doing, obviously. If the man understood what he's doing, he wouldn't do that. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. He thinks he is doing the right thing, unfortunately. Yes, they're proud. I've heard boys sharing how they groped and how they did this to each other, among themselves, how successful they were today. Because they think they're doing the right thing. So education is needed. Proximity is something that they have to get used to. It's still new to them. Many of them have moved from villages to cities. Their idea of a woman was totally different where they grew up. So these are all social things which need to be addressed. We don't want to address anything. We say, no, our tradition is like this, our tradition is like that. No, you have to address the current realities the way they are.